Hey everybody, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jacquie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. I see that we have some new subscribers. We absolutely welcome you here to our big happy family, and to our returning subscribers, we're glad to see you again. So on today, we have a lot growing on in the garden spot. We're dropping some new seeds for the rest of the summer and into the fall. We are cleaning up a little bit. We are harvesting some. So come along, let's get started. In this spot is where our corn was, and we do have some more corn to plant out, to succession plant out. So I'm going to come in and also pick up these roots out of here and put down some soil amendments so that we can start our second succession planting of corn. We do still have time for that. I'll show you what type of corn I'm planting and how many days it should take to harvest as well. The succession planting of our corn. What you see right here, there, 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 and then we came in and made another block row, and we put some more here down this line. And so all but two of them did not germinate, but at least we have enough for pollination to occur. This is the type of corn that's called Zenandu sweet corn. It will take, looks like, 80 to 90 days here in order to bring from seed to harvest. We do have more than enough time. We are in zone 8B, which means that we have roughly maybe 116 days to still grow everything here before we begin on our fall crops here. So as long as the seeds packet says less than 100 days from seed to harvest, we are doing wonderful. I just planted these in with some garden tone, and I'm coming back in and water in with some fish emulsion, because if you look very well, they're turning sort of yellow in color, so they're pale, they're missing nutrients. So I'm going to come in, water in with the fish fertilizer, and then we'll move along. Along with the corn that we planted out, we still have time to start seeds for the black diamond watermelon. I'm gonna do that one today. Some honeydew melon. I think we talked about this when I told you we didn't get a good harvest of it this time, so I'm gonna try another round of honeydew. And then we're also gonna do some sugar babies today. I'm gonna maybe do 2 seeds in each for each particular type of melon. This is the black diamond that I'm putting here. And then I'm going to come in and do the sugar baby. Let me get the sticker for that one. And again, 2 seeds. I'm just putting them on top, and then I'll come back in and press them in, lightly cover them so that they will have good germination time. And last, the honeydew. Trying to see which one I want to do. I think I'm going to go with the Gardener's Basics. And this seed pack may be a little old. Let me look at it. I don't see the date on it. I'm not sure when I purchased these. I'm probably gonna do two seeds per sale for these because I'm not sure when I purchased these. They may be a little old, just to hopefully get a germination there. And I'm just pressing them down lightly. That one's sticking to my finger, but I'm just pressing them in, covering them up, and I'll come back in and water these in. And let's see what else we're going to put in our tray today. I'm also going to try these Katrina F1 hybrid cucumbers. I'm trying this because it is an easy cucumber to grow. It is a parthenogenic cucumber, which means that it has all female flowers, which are guaranteed to pollinate on their own without a pollinator. So they should bring a good harvest of cucumbers. So I'm going to do probably a couple seeds of this and see what happens. See what type of cucumbers it brings us. The cucumber, I'm a bit nervous to plant this because the cucumbers don't like for their roots to be disturbed. So I have to be very careful once I get germination on that particular plant. The next plant that I'm going to plant is the tomato bush cherry patio choice yellow tomato. It's a 45-day harvesting plant, so very short days harvesting, small plant, but I think that it's going to bring me a good amount of the yellow tomatoes. Very tiny seeds. Can you see those seeds? And I'm going to do maybe 2 per tray to see what happens with those and lightly cover those. And I need my marker here. I have those covered. Now that everything is planted out, let's go through and show you what we have growing on for the fall. We have the Berries Crazy cherries, the yellow patio choice tomatoes. We have the Katrina cucumbers. We have the honeydew melon, the sugar baby melon, the black diamond watermelon, and then we have the green magic broccoli, the Copenhagen cabbage, the green express cabbage, the DeSico broccoli. We have a purple tree collard, and we have the Merritt tree collard. We have Brussels sprouts. We have the green acre cabbage and Georgia collards. So I just decided to get this all started early because normally it takes a long time for that, especially Brussels sprouts and the broccoli. It takes it a time before we can see some real harvest going on with it. So I started that out earlier so that we will have enough time for germination to occur and to bring about a fall harvest for us. Okay, I have some more seeds to drop also today. We have some early girl tomatoes that we're going to put out because we didn't get a big harvest of the huge tomatoes. We still have some coming along, but I want to start just another round of them. We do have enough time. These early girls are set to mature in about 50 days or so. So I'm going to try a few of these and see what happens. Probably going to do maybe one per seal there. See what happens. That should be enough. I'm just going to push that seed down in there and put that marking there. And then the other thing that I'm going to get started is another round of the lemon drop watermelon. I didn't know how these were going to taste, but they were fabulous. The few that we did get, I didn't plant many. So I'm going to start like another round of those because those are also a very quick maturing melon. And the thing about watermelons is you don't need many to get a bunch. So I'm just going to do 2 of those. That seed didn't go in. Okay, we got it there. And I did get my soil moist so that I won't have to come back in and re-water that. And what else am I going to do today? I'm going to also come in and do some of this red South Globe onion. And I think I'm going to do quite a few of those. And see what happens here. And I may end up doing 2 per seal because they are very small seeds. And then I can go back and separate them out as they come up. So I'm going to definitely do those because we use a lot of red onion here. And hopefully they will take off and be on their way for the fall as well. Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8 cells of the globe red onion. And let's see what else we have. Next will be the red grano onion. I'm going to put that one there. And I'm going to do those cells of the red grano. Again, my aim is to do 2 per cell, but if more than 2 pop out, then I'll have to go back and separate, and which is fine with me. The thing is just to get them to germinate in order to separate them. That's the challenge here. Okay, and let's see what else we have to plant out. We also have the red Creole onion. So I'm definitely going to do those. I can't hardly see them, so I think that I am putting quite a few in here, but I'm trying to see them as well as they drop. Okay. And that's the red Creole. Next, we have some celery to plant out, because as you do know, the celery that we had, we did use that, and it is going to seed or dying out now because of all of the heat. So we're going to get another round of celery going. Hopefully you can see that. These are the celery seeds. They are very tiny, so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but hey, if we have germination, then we'll have to wait and let it grow up, and then we can separate it out then. That's my take on it, because these seeds are so tiny. So we'll see how we're going to plant these in. They are light enough for me to kind of see them. However, I am going to overseed it, because my celery seeds are not brand new seeds. They are older seeds. I think they're about maybe 3 years old. So if we get some germination, that'll be great. Okay, and so that celery is planted in. And again, I know that I'm early. I'm also going to try the Parasacaba Brazilian sprouting broccoli. I think that's how you pronounce it. You normally start this maybe August, September. I'm starting early because I do want an early harvest, and also because the broccoli and the normally the Brussels sprouts do take a minute to germinate. So I'm going to start them a little early. I'm just going to keep them in a little shade area so that they can take off and they won't get so scorched by the sun. So it's going to be here, and I'm going to do 2, 4, 6 cells of those. And that's how those seeds look. And I think I'm going to do 2 per tray to help my odds of germination. It looks like 3, but that's okay. I'm going to put these back in the seed pack here. And I'm going to mash these down as well. So that's at least half of this seed tray left. And so the other half of that tray, I'm going to come in and put in some more of the fast germinating and from seed to harvest tomatoes. This is the Sunrise Bumblebee, the Slicer, Homestead Slicer, the Orange Hat, and the Tiny Tim. And these are my Karuta carrots that are going in the side of the garden. The Karuta carrots are a heat tolerant carrot. It's a sweeter carrot, so I'm actually going to plant some of those on the side of the garden today. So once I get this filled in, I'll come back and show you exactly what we ended up doing, and then we'll move along. So this is the end result of our seed tray of what we ended up with. We ended up with the onion, the early girl tomato, the lemon watermelon, the celery, and the little miniature tomatoes, the broccoli, the miniature tomatoes, or the orange hat, the Sunrise Bumblebee, the Tiny Tim, and then we have a bigger one, which is the Homestead Slicer. There are some more seeds that I have ordered that's coming, and I will share those as soon as we get those in the mail. In this area, I'm going to put down the Karuta carrots, but first I need to replenish the soil with some 10-10-10 all-purpose fertilizer. I'm going to come in, put this down, mix it into the soil, and then we'll be ready to sprinkle out our carrot seeds right in here. And I'm going to work this into the soil, and we'll be ready to plant out our carrots. Hold on. So we have our soil fertilizer down, and that was the 10-10-10. Now we're going to come back in, and I'm going to just broadcast out these Karuta long carrot seeds. There's no rhyme or reason for how I'm putting them out. I'm just putting them out there. And I may go back, I know I will have to go back and thin them out as they are coming up. And that's that. So I'm just going to do thin layers of soil here. Just to make sure that I cover here and there. Just making sure I'm covering those seeds. I don't want to press them down all the way because I don't want those carrot seeds to have to fight through the soil to get germinated. Let me get another layer of soil. And I think that they will do well. That's it. I'll mist it in and we'll be on our way. I don't know if I got to show you the celery and how it is growing, but I think it's dying back now. That's why I did succession plant it again. And if you haven't grown your own celery, y'all, you need to grow your own celery. It's nothing like the taste of fresh celery. It's not from the store. It's a whole different ball game. So try growing your own celery. Let us not forget the rose cuttings. Remember the rose cuttings that I did back a couple months ago, and we were discussing whether they would take off and keep growing or whether they would die or not. So we have 3, I think I planted 6 of the cuttings. Out of all of them, this one is deceased now. So out of all of them, 3 out of 3 survived. And looks like we have some type of a, if you can see that, looks like a volunteer tomato that's growing up. But today we're going to separate these out, and I'm going to fertilize them with a little rose tone to get them going. So that's 3 of the, now they're rose bushes. So we have 3 that we are able to give away to family members to keep that generational rose going on down through the generations within our family. So I'm going to do that. And I think I already have my soil prepared. I just need to put in my rose tone. These are our pots that we're going to put them in here today. Right here. Here. And I have one more. This one. So I'm going to separate these roses. Hopefully I won't damage them. Hold on. What I think I'm going to do first is take this little tomato start out and put it into a pot and save it for planting later. And then I'm ready for this. I hope you all can hear me. I forgot my mic inside today, But I'm just going to lightly get these out. Excuse that voice. I've been out here in this yard, and I think this pollen and all of that soil and everything is going down my throat. It's making me a little hoarse. Okay, we have one that's out. That's going to be put there. And I don't want to mess with the root system too bad here, but I know I need to get them out. So I'm going to gently pull, not to damage the root. That's another root system out. And then this is the bigger one that I'm going to lightly try to pull out here without damaging the root. You can see that. I think I got it. Okay, so now put that one there. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to put down a little root tone. Mix that around here. And I'm going to plant this one in as deep as I can get it here without messing with the roots. I'm going to water them in deeply, and hopefully they'll keep growing. Okay, that's one. And I think that's 3 generations that we can spread these out to. And I need to check on the ones, if you can remember when I went to Mrs. Lee's house, she started 3 more or 4 more for me. We'll check on those, and we'll see how many of those that's still doing well. And we'll be on our way with our roses. That was easy enough, huh? And we have one more, the huge one that we need to get in. That's kind of hard. Hope we can get this one in without damaging it. You know what? I don't think that I want to damage that root system, so I'm just going to put this one back in this pot. Add some more soil. And let that go like that. I think I feel better doing it that way. Don't want to mess up the root system. Okay, so we're going to just take it off, put it in here like that. No fuss, no bother. For some reason, I always gravitate back to this wheelbarrow to plant things in. I think that I'm conserving soil this way because the soil isn't going on the ground. It's going back into the wheelbarrow, and I'm able to recycle and reuse it. So that's why I gravitate back to the wheelbarrow all the time. That looks very good. What do you think, guys? So these are our 3 roses. I'm going to water them in really well. I'm going to add some more rose tone around them so that it will work itself in. It's supposed to rain, I think the next 5 days here. So I'm going to leave them out so they can get a little rain. I'm not going to put them in direct sun. I'm going to put them in some dappled sunlight and see what happens with these. So hopefully we're off to a good start with some generational roses. And let's see what's next. These are the other rose clippings. These are the ones that Miss Lee assisted me with doing and showed me this way of doing the rose clippings. So they are still living. They are still all surviving. They're coming along beautifully. So I'm just waiting to be able to get those leaves and be able to plant these out as well and give these away to other relatives in our family. And as we come to a close today, I want to say thank you all for just tuning in every week, joining me in, keeping our channel growing and going. And until the next episode, be well and be blessed. Bye, guys.